Hello you guys, how you doing? How are ya? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Annabelle and I'm so happy you are here today. So I'm looking a little fresh-faced because your girl doesn't have any makeup on today because I was about to sit down and do my makeup, and then I've been wanting to film this video, so I thought while I do my makeup I am going to talk to you guys about basically everything you ask me all the time. How I upkeep my red hair, what products I use, what extensions I wear, just all in between of how I take care of my red hair. Basically anything and everything to do with switching my hair from blonde to red, and kind of some things that I've learned now to take care of it, tips and tricks, shampoos, conditioners, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested, if you've recently dyed your hair copper, red, auburn, whatever shade, and you're struggling, or you need some advice, or you want to find hair extensions, oh, hi seagulls, the windows are open so you might hear some sound behind me, then stay tuned because all the details are going to be in this video. I'll link as much of the stuff I talk about in my description, blah blah blah. I'll remind you through the video as well. So alright, let's jump into it. Okay, so first things first that I want to talk about is hair extensions. So this is my natural hair right here. It's obviously clipped out of the way. It's cute, she's got layers, but I a lot of times will wear clip-in extensions, and I used to be blonde, so it was easy to find blonde extensions. You can literally find them anywhere, no matter what brand you are looking at. But as soon as I went red, I realized how many companies don't have red hair extensions, and if they do, they're not the right shade. So I'm going to show you my top 3 brands that I change in between wearing, and pictures of them in my hair, and show you what I like about them and the differences between them. So now that I've blended in my base, the first ones I'm going to show you are these hair extensions. These are BFB hair extensions. I grew up using BFB. Amber filler up. Love her. This is one of her companies. She's a boss babe. But these are her hair extensions, and these are just the fill-ins. They have hair extension sets, longer ones, the full clips, but I wanted something that was kind of just to my natural length to basically fill in my hair. So I bought these. They're super affordable. I believe they're Remy hair, so they're the mix of real hair and artificial hair. You can style them and everything, but they'll feel a little bit different than 100% human hair. But I can do everything to them what I want to styling wise. And these are in the shade Autumn. I love them. As you can see, they're a bit more auburny than my hair, because in the winter I kind of change my hair color, go a bit more like this shade, but once they're in my hair they honestly blend, and I love them because they're flat weft. They're just as 2 pieces and they fill out my hair, and these are amazing. And if you're just looking for something for extra fullness and you have a bit more of that natural auburn color, these are amazing and I literally love them. You guys, I'm from the future because this one clip that I filmed decided it was gonna corrupt. So let me just adjust you. I've just been at the beach having a good old time. I need to tell you about the next set of extensions because that's already more in the video, which are the Bellamy hair extensions, or some. I usually keep them on the hanger, but I was wearing some of them the other day, so half on the hanger, half not. These are the 18-inch in Strawberry Dream. I have some, they're 22-inch, but just as a reference, if you're wondering for lengthwise, 18-inch is easier to blend into my hair, and my hair falls to about here, as you've seen in the video before this, and I love these. Obviously my hair is up right now, and it wasn't in this original video, but these are a bit more vibrant than my hair sometimes, but sometimes they match perfectly. I feel like with red extensions, I probably have said this already, but it just depends on where I am in my wash cycle, how recently I've colored my hair, what hair mask I've used, which I'm talking about hair masks in a little bit in this video. But Bellamy is my favorite brand of extensions when it comes to hair quality. It's been my favorite for probably about 5 years now. When I got married and was a hairstylist in Newport Beach, I would always buy Bellamy for my clients. I wore it at my wedding. It's my favorite. So it just depends on what color your hair is. They are more vibrant, but I even feel like if you bought these and toned them a bit with your hairstylist, it would still be worth it. And they are flat weft, which is my favorite because it's just super comfy. You'll see how thin that is. And then if you just pin it closed, like it literally lays the most comfortable to my scalp. So I'm obsessed with them. I have a code Annabelle10, or I don't know, it'll be linked below, but it's for 10% off. Save that money if you do decide to buy them. So, and the hanger, in case you're wondering, that they're on is also from Bellamy. And I love Bellamy. So I needed to refilm this because they're some of my fave hair, and you need to know the facts and the details of that. So all right, enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, last but certainly not least are these clip-in hair extensions. These are the brand KB hair extensions, and they were actually like my first extension brand that I got to work with, which was so exciting for me. And they actually, as you can see, are like a perfect match to my hair. So that is the one thing about these extensions that I'm like die over and always come back to, is that they match my hair perfectly. And like I said, there's so many variations with red and red extensions, especially now, that I'm just obsessed. And yeah, these are 100% human hair too. And I originally got them in 22, which is this one over here, but I've cut some of them, as you'll see, shorter just to be a bit more wearable. The only thing that I wish was different is that they aren't like flat weft like the Bellamy and BFB hair is. They're a bit thicker, and so they sit a bit thicker on the head and they feel a bit heavier, but there's a ton of hair on this weft, which is amazing. But they are a bit heavier, and because my hair is a bit finer, sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to put them in. But I literally love them, and I know that some companies are doing flat wefts, but there's loads that don't. So I still love these and I still wear them all the time, and I have a code as well, which will be down below for money off for these, and they're just beautiful. And the owner is amazing. I love her. So yes, these are like my 3 favorite hairs, and look at how they're all different shades. We love that. I forgot to say, KB Hair Extensions, this color is Natural Auburn, just so you know if you go on the website. Okay, we're gonna clip in some hair extensions and make it into a pony in 3, 2, 1. There you go. I just clipped in some of my Bellamy hair extensions. Some of my hair is straight in there. My extensions are wavy. But you know what? She's a full key ponytail, so we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, so the next tip and thing that I do to maintain my hair color, if you've recently dyed your hair red, I get lots of comments from you guys being like, my hair is fading so quick, I got it done, how do I keep it from fading? And while you can't keep your hair 100% from fading, one thing that is so important is that if you are using heat, you know, blow dryer, flat iron, curling iron, most likely you are, because most people use some sort of heat on their hair, is that you are using a heat protectant. Heat, like a flat iron, curling iron, literally strips hair color. It's the same if you're blonde, it strips your toner out. If you're red, it strips your hair color. So make sure you're using a heat protectant. One of my faves that I use is the Unite Heat Activator Heat Protectant. You can use code Annabelle15 for 15% off. I love this one. But another one that I've been loving, and I don't have a code for anything, but I genuinely just love it, is the Bumble and Bumble Thermal Protection Mist Heat Shield. I think one of the reasons I love it so much is because it literally smells so good, but you just need to make sure you're using heat protectant if you're using heat, because otherwise your color is going to be stripped. Speaking of color being stripped, you guys, if you are showering, I say if, most likely you are, right? Your water temperature is too hot. Your water temperature, I can bet you majority of the time, if you're not really thinking about it, is too hot for your red hair color. Red, unnatural redheads, if you're naturally red, we love you, we're jealous of you. But if you are an unnatural redhead and you are dyeing your hair, the red hair color molecules which are being placed on your hair are the hardest for your hair to absorb. Your hair like kind of rejects them. So when you come in with high heat on a curling iron or high heat on your water temperature, you are going to strip your color. Use hot water on your body, but as soon as you're about to put that shower head on your hair, cool it off to lukewarm. Obviously don't be miserable, but do it as cold as you can, because you will literally see your money and your hair color run down the drain if you are using too hot of water. So please don't do it. Okay, I look a little weird because I have one eyebrow done, but I actually get so many questions from you about, why do you do your eyebrows? How do you fill in your eyebrows? So disclaimer, I know natural redheads usually have blonde eyebrows. People love to come for me and tell me, if you were actually a natural redhead, you wouldn't have it. I'm like, I know, but I'm not a natural redhead, so therefore I'm not that concerned about making it look like I am, but I fill in my eyebrows, and I use the Tom Ford Cocoa Mirage little palette. I use this light brown warm shade. My tip would be, because I have one done, one without, is not to worry about using a red or orange color if you're filling in with powder or anything like that, whether that's eyebrow gel, whatever, because it will make your eyebrows, I think, look too red and almost unnatural, if that makes sense, and too like fire truck red on your face. Using a warm brown for me just makes them look more of like a natural color with my hair color. And then the other thing is, like, do dye my eyebrows when I dye my hair. I use the same hair dye on my eyebrows, which I do every about 6 to 8 weeks, and it kind of lifts them to just like this like blondie shade. It's really hard to see. I don't have a lot of eyebrow hairs, but that is what I do, and it works for me. Hair color is dangerous, and so some people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you cut your eyebrows. It doesn't get in my face. I'm a professional. I'm a licensed hairstylist. I know what I'm doing, but proceed with caution. By the way, if you haven't seen my how I color my hair, I will link that video in the description below. I color my hair with you, my eyebrows, my formula. I give you all the details. There's no gatekeeping here on this page. Okay, so moving on to the next probably most asked question is like color hair masks I love, color conditioners, shampoos, whatever, if I use anything. And a lot of times I wasn't using anything, to be honest, in between coloring my hair. But as I've, you know, continued with this job and continued to work with brands, I've been exposed to the world of copper red hair masks, and so I'm gonna share my absolute favorite. So it really depends on what you're going for with your hair color. If you are trying to be more of a natural redhead, like I am the majority of the time, as in the natural redhead tone, so not like overly orange, overly red, my absolute favorite is the Christoph Robin Copper Chic hair mask. It literally looks like peanut butter. It makes my hair also feel amazing. And it is pricey, but I do have a code with them for 20% off. So if you're going to buy it and you decide, please, please, please use my code so that you can save that money, because she's pricier, girl. But I love her. And make sure you always perform patch tests when trying new hair products, by the way, to make sure you're not allergic or anything like that. But I love her, and she gives me a really natural auburn copper look. Not like the overly red, overly orange, and it's just been the best if that's kind of what you're into. I have tried the Copper Glow by Wella, and if you use this, I'd highly recommend like diluting it with conditioner and doing a test strand, doing, you know, for allergies, but also just for hair color. To me, this is a lot more red. Still really pretty. It washes out, but I would say be careful with some of these ones. Depends on what you're going for. I always say start with less, dilute it, do a test strand before you fully commit. And then there's one other, which by the way, this is linked in my link tree, so you can find this one on Amazon. And then I have another hair mask that actually is the one I've been using in my hair recently, which has made my hair a little bit more vibrant, but not like overly red or orange, but it's actually not on the market yet. I'm so excited. So as soon as I can tell you about that one, I will. Otherwise I would have told you about it, but like literally can't legally. But just know that there is more coming out and more coming your way when it comes to this, because it can be hard to find. But those are my faves, and they've really worked for me for different reasons depending on what I'm going for. But the Christoph is really my tried and true. I travel with it. I'm obsessed with her. I'm actually gonna put two different pictures on the screen right now too of the times I've used each of those color masks so that you can kind of see the tone difference on my hair and how they turned out for me, and kind of just make the best decision with what you got. But I know there's so many more other products out there too for this, but those are just what I've tried, so I hope it helps. Okay, so I'm just doing my mascara and looking at you, so this should be interesting. But the next most important thing when speaking about hot water, hair masks, all of that, is shampoo and conditioner. Like, let me tell you, girl, if you spent how much ever on your hair getting it red, and you go in with drugstore cheap ass shampoo conditioner for more than like one time, like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You slept over your boyfriend's house, he has tresemme, whatever, you gotta use it. Or, you know, you need to use some other thing because you gotta do whatever you gotta do. But every day, every night, every shower, if you're using really cheap shampoo conditioner, it will strip your color, because it's not really made for high quality salon quality. If you spend money on your hair, you have to be ready to spend money on products, and I think people don't like that. They want it to just last perfectly, but that just isn't the case, especially with red. So I'm gonna talk you through my favorite shampoos. I have lots of shampoos because basically it's my job to always be trying new shampoos, so I'm kind of always mixing it up, but I'll tell you what mine are from my experience. Okay, so some of my favorite shampoos and conditioners. They're all different prices, which I feel like is super important because I know that not everyone can afford everything. I just want to say that again, like even though I'm like laughing about if you spend a lot of money on your hair, you have to spend a lot of money on product. While I 100% agree with that statement, I also never want you guys to think that I'm like going to be like judging you hardcore if you use like Tresemme or whatever, because everybody's got to do what they've got to do. Like, in no way do I want you to ever feel like this is a shameful environment. I just know that like they're not as good of products for long-term results. But if you're aware of that and that's a decision you have to make, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, it's your hair. So just take it all with a pinch of salt and know that like so many times in my life I haven't been able to afford the best of the best, and that's fine. And that's not bad. That's nothing wrong with that. We just all have to make different decisions. Life's about choices, and we get to make decisions with what we have, what money we have to steward. And yeah, just know that this is a safe space for you. And yeah, I just wanted to put that as a disclaimer because I was like, I don't want them, you know, I love you guys. So the first one I love is the 11 Hydrating Shampoo Conditioner. We use this at my hair salon and I really love it, and I feel it's pretty affordable for like a salon quality shampoo conditioner. She's amazing, smells good, color safe, which that's the most important thing when using a shampoo conditioner, is that it's for color treated hair, because you are color treated hair if you're a fake redhead. The other shampoo and conditioner I love is the Color Shield Mask by Christoph Robin. Again, I have a code with them. All their shampoos and conditioners are color safe, so it doesn't have to be this one. They have an amazing aloe vera one, which I love as well. I use their sea salt scrub on my scalp sometimes. Like, their stuff is incredible. I really love their products, but all their stuff is color safe, but this is specifically Color Shield, so she's gonna keep you safe. And then the other shampoo and conditioner that I've been loving, I don't actually have it with me. I left it in California because I'm moving back to California in like 2 months, and I brought it out there with me, and I was like, you know what, save the space. I've got a ridiculous amount of hair products which are back there. Is the Moroccan Oil Hydrating Range, which again is also color safe. I'll put a picture on the screen of what that looks like. I love Moroccan oil personally, the products and how they smell and different things like that, but not everybody loves Moroccan oil, I know that, so really it just depends on what your preference is. Another amazing brand is Pureology if you're looking for a more affordable but good quality shampoo as well. I love them, so those would be my favorites. So just wanted to say, as many of these products that I can link on my Amazon storefront are linked, and usually if they're not linked, I have a code with them just so you can at least save some money, just so you know. So all that can be found in the description below. But the very last thing is random but hair ties that I used. So if you've recently colored your hair, you know that being a redhead, you can't just use your blonde hair ties, your black hair ties without them showing up. I mean, obviously a hair tie is always going to show up to a degree, but your hair is just different shades, different tone. And I do my hair up a lot like this, and like fun ponytails, sleek buns, whatever it is. And so I wanted to show you, these are going to be on my Amazon storefront, by the way, my favorite hair ties for the color that my hair is now. These are the Gimme, oh my gosh, please don't look at my nails. I need to get them done. These are the Gimme hair ties. They are amazing, thick, stretchy, so if you have thick hair especially, these are incredible, and they don't pull your hair, and they just match my overall tone. I would say the biggest thing to look for is like warm chocolate browns when trying to find hair ties. Otherwise, on my Amazon storefront, I have these linked too. I love using these like smaller elasticy hair bands. I'm using one of them today for this ponytail, and as you'll see, it just really blends in and hides, and you can't really see it, so it's amazing. If you like to wear your hair up a lot and you don't want to wear a black hair tie anymore, get those hair ties. They're affordable, good for your hair, comfy, don't pull, because I can't handle headaches when it comes to my hair. So yeah, those are my main tips, tricks, products, everything that I do to upkeep my hair color. Red hair is not low maintenance in one sense. For me, it feels lower maintenance because it's less damage to my hair and I can color it myself, and in those ways it's cheaper as well. But I know it's a high maintenance color, generally speaking, if you're not a hairstylist. So I hope those tips help. Please, if you have any other questions, I'm sure I didn't cover everything, leave them down below. You know, if you can use some of these good products and maybe avoid heat, especially in the summer, trying to do some heatless hairstyles, don't wash your hair with super hot water, whatever. And if you're ever feeling like having some fun, you know, getting some clip-in hair extensions, I'm here for you with any questions you have. And I hope this helped answer some questions and that you guys can make your copper, auburn, red, orange, whatever you want to call it, hair dreams come true. Like and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in my next video, and I'll chat to you soon. Love you guys.